Chainsaw Man.
Oh yeah.
This is Chainsaw Man chapter 101, After School Devil Hunters. Last we left off with Chainsaw Man, Asa had to walk home without shoes because some assholes at school filled her shoes up with raw chicken. So, she went off and her friend Yoko, I think her name is, gave her shoes. They each ran home with one shoe. And at the end of the day, when she got home, she gave her the pair of shoes that, the other shoe that she wouldn't need right now anymore. And they all, it was a nice little wholesome story. And now we start off this new chapter with Asa attempting to return the shoes that Yoko lent her. And she's like, "What? I said you could keep them." And she's like, "Nah, they're too small." And she's like, "All right, that's too bad." And she asks, "Hey, do you want to go devil hunting after school? We could go into town. There's definitely devils in town." And they're like, "Yeah, okay, I could be down with that." And yeah, Yoko's very excited. And we learn a little bit more about her. Apparently, she wants to become a devil hunter because A, it pays well, apparently, and you don't need a college degree to get in. And B, because her parents were killed by devils, and she wants to be an Avenger. And Asa finds a connection because her family was also killed by devils. So yeah, they're talking about it, and they're talking about like their future as devil hunters is going to be awesome. They'll be like manga main characters, and Yoko leaves to the restroom, I guess, and that's when the war devil pulls up, the visage of it at least, and is like, "We should kill her." And Asa's like, "Huh? What?" And War Devil's like, this lady, she's you seem to like her, and turns out the more you like a person, the stronger the weapon you can make out of them is. So, the shitter you feel about turning her into a weapon, the stronger weapon she will become. And Asa's like,
Asa's probably thinking to her head, yeah, I remember that. You mentioned that.
"Yeah, I'm aware." And she says, "There's no way I'm doing that. Are you insane?" Um, and
I
she's like,
wish he would have wrote. I wish he would have wrote the War Devil to be like, yes.
"Yeah,
It's
yeah,
plainly like that, but it's okay.
yes." I mean,
Like yes, like a yes with a period at the end of the word.
yeah,
I mean, at the end of
with a perfectly round speech bubble, just like
yeah,
yes.
yes.
But yeah, Asa's
I
like,
am indeed.
I was like, "You're always jumping to violence." He's like, "I'm not here to make friends, bro."
Right, I told you what time it is. That's the whole reason you alive, right?
Yeah. And Asa attempts to change the subject by getting on her for calling her girl, and she's like, "Don't change the subject. You don't call me by my name either." And Asa's like, "I'm not. War Devil's just weird and awkward." And War Devil kind of concedes. It's like, "I'll allow you to avoid the subject for now. The more you grow closer, the stronger weapon she'll be anyway. So, you know, War Devil is difficult for you to use, is it?" And she gives her the name. It's like, "Hey, call me Yoru then." So yeah, she says, "If it serves my quest to kill Chainsaw Man, I'll swallow everything you say, Asa." And they come to an agreement, I guess. Nice little moment. And she's like, "I don't want to kill it. Chainsaw Man, killing Chainsaw Man, turning Yuko into a weapon. I don't give a shit about any of that stuff. I haven't had this much fun in forever. I couldn't care about anything else." And then we cut to this guy who's just on the street talking about the common deaths of Japanese people. And long story short, 7 out of 10 people will be killed by devils. So 7 out of 20 lives, it's 7 out of 20 lives are abruptly snuffed out by devil attacks. And he has them to make no mistake, they're at war with devils. As Asa and Yuko are approaching the Bat Devil, who is currently eating a man, like a piece of taffy. It's disturbing. So yeah, big giant
Wait, how do you know it's the Bat Devil?
because they say it.
Oh,
Because
Oh, look at you paying attention to the to the
oh,
fucking
look at
comic.
look at you reading.
Dude, what a fucking weirdo, man. This
Yeah,
guy
right? What are you,
he
a nerd?
He knows words?
I'm sure he
What the fuck
gets.
kind of guy is this, bro?
You're right.
You pay attention to detail and context?
Yeah.
You must be a blast at parties, bro. Say some coon for the rest of us, bro.
I'll try. But with my infinite knowledge that I gained from reading a picture book, essentially. Anyway, so they're just staring at this bat devil eating a full person, and that's when Yoru pops up and is like, "I have some bad news and more bad news. First, we can't beat that bat devil in our own in this state right now, in our current state. In our current state. And second, I just learned that I can't take over your body when you're stricken with fear.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Right.
Wow.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate. So
Oh, it does look like a bat now that I look at it.
yeah,
I mean, you know, not the conventional bat, but
oh, I'm glad
Yeah.
you were convinced by looking at it. By looking at it. Not only did you read
it checks out.
not only did you not read it, you didn't look at the pictures. That's the whole point of this. Hey, get it together, Josh.
I try, man.
Get it to fucking together, okay? Anyway, so you're damn, what was this thing's name now? they named it Yoru. His like
Yoru.
back away slowly, and Asa and Yuko just book it. And the Bat Devil just starts chasing it, and that's where the chapter ends. And Chainsaw Man's on break next week, unfortunately. But with that being said, that's the end of the chapter. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
I really like this chapter, even though again it was like it was on the edge of slice of life, you know.
Yeah.
But I guess Chainsaw Man has always kind of been that way, which you guys can agree or disagree with, but
I do agree.
excuse me. I will say this: I forgot how genuinely funny this series was.
Yeah.
Like when I go back to tell people like what was so good about Chainsaw Man, sometimes I struggle to say what, but not because there are a bunch of amazing qualities. Just that what was its most compelling quality, and I would argue perhaps maybe the comedy, the morbid comedy with it, not just the sake of the jokes, but the jokes within the context of the situations. Like, this is a whole fucking monster that was chewing on humans literally just a few pages ago. Like, there's nothing cute or lighthearted about this, which he then turns into a lighthearted, funny situation at the end. even the way the girls look when they're running, it looks funny, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I agree. This is the same series that voted one of the main characters, Cars, as the 7th most popular character in the series. So, I don't know if Brian was aware of that, but Kobani's car.
No, I was.
Yeah.
I saw it. Yeah, I saw it.
Legendary.
Yeah, that was one of the greatest character polls in history. Probably the greatest. If a car can hit the top 10 of the best characters in this series.
Because they went through mad shit. It was a whole feature in the episode.
Bro, it was just 2 panels in the chapter that came before, basically. Where
Are you sure? I could have sworn.
because they ran over 2 people with that, like Power ran over 2 people with that car. In the same chapter. And that's why it got boosted so hard, because I guess it was one of the things in the poll that people could vote for.
I'm weak. Or enough people wrote it, and he was just like, "Yeah, okay."
All right. I mean, hey, I'm not in control.
What? Right. I could care less. I hope we see Kobane again.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see her again. But yeah, go on with your thoughts, Joss.
Uh,
Josh?
those were my thoughts.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think if there was anything else worth mentioning. Nah, I said what I said.
Yeah.
You were right. You was right on the money about the War Devil wanting to turn her friend into a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that they kind of. I like how they handled the situation.
Mm-hmm.
I like how she was just trying to change the subject casually because she knew there was really nothing she could do about it ultimately. So she had to like try to indirectly stop it from happening.
Yeah.
To which the War Devil, like at the end, it was funny because at the end of the conversation, she just calls out like, "I'll allow you. Like, we'll talk about this another time. You know, let's just move past this."
Yeah.
She's like, "You're not slick," but I see that, you know, she said it has the opportunity to get stronger. So yeah, she's got a timer on her. Unfortunately, I am not growing attached to anybody, bro, but the main character.
Yeah.
Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. It could be anyone.
It could be anyone. Brian, what did you think?
It might.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was gonna say it might even be Chainsaw Man later in this series.
What if Asa takes over as Chainsaw Man?
That's what I'm saying, man. Who knows?
Who does know? But is that it?
Yeah, that's it. What's up, Brian? What you thinking about this chapter?
This was actually my second.
Wow.
Wow. Whoa.
Mainly because
Whoa.
the writing, like the dialogue in this chapter was
What about
so
One Piece?
good. I love One Piece. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know that one. It wasn't as interesting to me as the last chapter for One Piece.
Damn, Brian.
But this chapter was so fun to read, from the dialogue to the pacing, and it just keeps you engaged. It keeps you wanting to see the next chapter, and I kind of feel like I have an idea of how it's going to go next. I feel like the next chapter is when Denji is going to show up to save her from
similar
the devil,
thought.
essentially.
Yeah, I had a similar thought as well. I think it's too soon, but because they haven't mentioned him at all.
They mentioned that Chainsaw Man's around.
Yeah, they mentioned
Right,
that he
but
goes to
not
the same
Denji
school.
himself.
They said, well, yeah. I mean, you know, synonymous, I guess, but
Just hear me out. So it's Chainsaw Man is a thing. He's like an urban legend. You know, well, I mean, not a legend because he's around and alive and kicking, but you know, he's symbolic. You know, so people know of Chainsaw Man. Nobody knows who Denji is.
yeah.
And he wasn't shown or teased in the slightest yet. So I think when we see Denji, it's going to be a cut from something that happens to see what's going on with him and his, you know, younger sister Makima situation. What's that supposed to be? His like little sister now or something?
No, it's just a
We don't
girl
know, right?
that the Control Devil was reincarnated into.
And that he's taken care of.
Yeah, kind of like Oob at the end of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Interesting comparison.
Yeah.
Right. Spot on though. In my opinion.
Honestly, I think so too. That was pretty good of me. Honestly, I'm giving myself one of these.
But yeah, I like the art. I like the pacing. You know, the dialogue I feel like was kind of the most like realistic, I'd say, out of most manga. Like it feels like this is what real people would say in these kind of situations sometimes. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the next chapter. I really do think Denji might show up next chapter just because she can't access her devil, and you know who's going to be slaying other devils than Chainsaw Man, you know?
Yeah.
That boy.
Yeah, and I feel like that will be the moment that kind of creates the moment where fucking Yoru takes over to create a fucking weapon out of her friend.
Yeah.
So,
Yikes.
those are my thoughts. I think it's going to happen at the end of the chapter, though, or midway through the chapter.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we won't know for 2 weeks, unfortunately. but
Wait, it's on break?
yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, what day is it coming
Indeed.
back?
Why?
The 16th.
Why?
Damn.
Chainsaw Man.
Because next week is I think next week release is the 9th, and then after that would be
Yeah,
the
no,
16th.
it says on in the countdown thing on the app.
All right. Well, those are my thoughts.
All right. Real quick about me. Yeah, I agree with Brian. I thought like the dialogue was really fun to read, and that's just Chainsaw Man in general. I think Fujimoto is a really good writer of dialogue. So you know, Reco on
Way
that.
better than Brian Michael Bendis.
Yeah, I guess so.
The league's better.
Yeah, there was something I wanted to say about this, but
Sorry, I couldn't help
no,
myself.
I forgot a while ago. So it wasn't you, but yeah. Let me see if I could jog my memory. Wow, I literally forgot. But yeah, no, I mean, funny ass chapter.
Did it have to do with what I was saying about like the qualities of Chainsaw Man, about its comedy?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, I'll say this: it's got a very dry sense of humor. It's not a gag manga. You know, it's not like big.
Is that the way you say it? Is that what that means? Like a dry sense of humor, like where
Yeah,
it's,
where it's delivered kind of like not goofily. You know, like he's really
Yeah.
You're delivering it in a very monotone way, or like not exaggerated way. So it is very much that. Damn.
it's the combination of the dialogue and the actual art, like their expressions. So I'm gonna tell you this. Even though I think objectively My Hero Academia has like the best art out of the lineup, I enjoy Chainsaw Man's art more, personally.
Yeah.
And part of that is because of like the way he does their facial expressions. I mean, look at Asa as she's explaining it to watch her face grow progressively more and more frightened as the War Devil starts to tell her what the situation is. You know, it's subtle.
Yeah.
But it's done well.
Yeah. I mean, he's really good at that. And, you know, you can see it in these moments where he allows like these moments to breathe. There's these smaller panels on like page 3, for example, where it's just 3 small panels on the bottom left corner of the page that is literally just expressions. So Fujimoto really likes to let these moments breathe and let people like respond and talk in their own pace, you know, and it's really cool to read.
Like he doesn't rush for no one.
No, not at all. He'll just like cut off his chapters in weird places just because like it feels more realistic. It reminds me of like Walking Dead. Walking Dead would do that a lot, like the comic version, where it would just like cut off and then just start immediately where it left off. But yeah, if I had like a bigger thought about Chainsaw Man, I forgot what it was. So I don't mind not belaboring the point and just moving onward. I really enjoyed this chapter a lot as well. But yeah, excited for 2 weeks from now when we get Chainsaw Man. We just got you back. How you taking breaks, bro?
Yeah, man.
Come on, bro.
Come on, Shay.